Hello friends, today we are going to see the continuation of hardware evaluation which I have explained in the last video itself, and the very short introduction about the technologies for network based system for last 33 years. And now we will see some quick review about the generation of computers. We are having 5 different generation. Let us see from first generation. The period of first generation computers were 1946 to 1959, and those computers were vacuum tube based computers. The size of vacuum tubes are very big, and the size of those computers were also very huge size computers. And next one is second generation. This is the advancement of first generation. The period of second generation was 1959 to 1965, and those computers were transistor based computers, and the size of those second generation computers were somewhat smaller than the previous, that is first generation computer. And next one is third generation computers. The period of third generation was 1965 to 1971, and those computers were built by integrated circuits. Hence the size of IC is very small. So the size of third generation computers were also very small when compared to second generation and first generation. And the next one is fourth generation computers. The period of fourth generation was 1971 to 1980, and this is VLSI microprocessor based systems. And the last one is fifth generation, that is the current generation. The period of current generation is 1980 to till date, and the technology we are using here is ULSI, that is ultra large scale integration microprocessor based systems. By using this diagram we can easily understand the generation of computers. Let us start from the first generation computer, and these first generation computers were built by the vacuum tubes. Hence the size of vacuum tube is very high, very large in size. So the size of first generation computers were also very big. And the next one is second generation computers, and transistors were introduced in this period. They are using transistors, diode, triodes, and all those other things. When compared to vacuum tube, the size of these components are very small. Hence the size of second generation systems are also very small. And the next one is third generation systems, and integrated circuits were introduced in this generation. Because of this integrated circuit, that is ICs, the third generation computer size was very much reduced. And the advancement of integrated circuits are microprocessors. Because of this microprocessor, the fourth generation systems were developed. In this fourth generation, they were introduced Pascal, Basic, Fortran, and other languages like DBase. Those softwares were used in this fourth generation systems. And the advancement of fourth generation is the fifth generation. This is the current modern technology. Here we are using ULSI technology, that is ultra large scale integration. In this ULSI we are using all the modern softwares also, and the most important one is artificial intelligence, and the softwares are used in this language or Java, .NET, and all the other languages and packages were introduced in these fifth generation systems. And now we are going to see the technologies for network based system, that is the technological evaluation for modern cloud computing systems. The first one is how the multi-core CPUs and multi-threading technologies were implemented in this modern network. We are going to see in forthcoming videos. And next one is GPU, that is graphical processing unit computing to exascale and beyond. And next one is memory, storage, and wide area networks, and those are the things we are see in the separate video. And next one is virtual machines and virtualization middleware, how the virtual machines will be developed and how they have implemented the virtualization and what are the middlewares will be there in those technology. Those are the things we will see in future. And next one is data center virtualization for cloud computing, how the data centers has been virtualized in the modern cloud computing technology, and those are the things we will see in the forthcoming videos. And now we are going to see the evaluation of CPU, that is the microprocessor, and the networking technologies for past 33 years. The processor speed is measured million instructions per second, that is MIPS, and the network bandwidth is measured in megabits per second, that is Mbps, or gigabits per second, that is Gbps. And the unit of GE, that is capital G capital E, is referred to 1 gigabits per second Ethernet bandwidth. This diagram explains the development of processor and network technology over 33 years, that is past 33 years. Here we are having two line graph. First one is processor speed and second one is bandwidth, and this line is for processor speed and this line for network bandwidth, and this line. And in the left hand side we are having CPU speed, the metric is million instructions per second. In the right hand side we are having network bandwidth, the metric is megabits per second speed of this particular network, and this x axis is ES. Here in this diagram we can see the first processor was Intel 286 processor, which was introduced in the year 1981. The speed will be indicated here, 5 approximately 5 million instructions per second. And next one is Motorola 68030 and 68040 Motorola. It will go like this. And the finally we are having Intel Core i7 990X processors. And likewise the network side we are having first Ethernet is here in the year 1979, and fast Ethernet, gigabit Ethernet. Gigabit Ethernet means gigabits per second in Ethernet network, and 10 GE means 10 gigabits per second in Ether network, and 40 to 100 gigabits speed. Nowadays we are having very high speed networks. So like this, next we are going to see the evaluation of memory and storage technologies for past 33 years. Okay, memory is measured in megabits, and the disk capacity, which is otherwise called as storage, which is measured in gigabits. This diagram explains the memory and storage technology over 33 years. Here also we are having two different line graph. First one is memory chip and second one is disk capacity. This is for memory and this is for disk capacity. And y-axis left hand side is memory chip megabits, the metric is megabits, and in the right hand side y-axis indicates the disk capacity, which is in gigabits, and the x-axis we are having the year, duration of year. The first memory chip, memory means RAM chip. The first memory was 64 kilobyte, and nowadays we are having 256 GB memory also. And likewise the storage also, that is the hard disk or external disk capacity, and this indicates the growth of the hard disk capacity, and nowadays we are having terabytes of data, that is the storage capacity increased to terabytes. Up to this we have seen only the introduction about the technologies for network based system from the first unit. And in the next video I am going to explain the multi-core CPUs and multi-threading technologies. This is one of the important topic from this technologies for network based system, and the multi-threading technology is frequently asked question from 10 marks. Okay, that I will explain in next video. Thank you all of you.